Today I just want to make a quick video for all my clients and anybody out there that needs help transitioning from dry food kibble into raw food. So I do that at approximately 8 weeks of age through flash boiling. So flash boiling is when you get the water super hot to like a high boil, and then you can drop raw meat into it. They're building up bacteria in their stomach, so they should have a balance of good and bad bacteria. And when we have them on just straight kibble, which I feed Strong Point kibble and raw, I actually feed a hybrid diet. When we have them on just straight kibble, they don't have a lot of that bacteria in their stomach that they would naturally get in the wild. So when they're puppies in the wild, they start out nursing, and then they hit a point where around about 6-7 weeks when the mom starts regurgitating the food after it's been in their stomach, so they're not getting it completely raw after she's been out on the hunt. If she was a wolf or a hyena, start off raw in the wild, so we don't start them off that way. So we start them off as babies on mom, and then I have a mush blend, which I'll do another video for. You start this at 8 weeks for puppies, and then you can also do it if you have an adult dog. So what we're going to do, as you can see I have my pot over there. We have a rolling boil, which is just like a high boil. And then we have raw eggs. I use a teeny bit of broth, or you can use bouillon. Really limit that. That's just to get the puppies and dogs to eat the food. This is not 100% natural, you know, I try it. And then when you get, if you do hammer meat, get the high fats, and then the chicken. And I add a little bit of garlic. Garlic is a natural killer of parasites, so it's really good for the puppies. So we're going to start with the hamburger. And then I have like a dog begging to get it over there. She'll eat his raw meat. Because again, we're feeding puppies, and for this we can actually make a month's worth. You can get a huge pot you can use, and you can do meal prep. So it's a similar concept. You're basically meal prepping for your dog for the month if you feel like this is going to be hard for you to do. And it gets easier, so the first month it will be a little bit crappy because you'll have to do all this work, but after that you can just straight feed them raw food, like my dog right here. Bella here? So after they've built up that bacteria, you will be able to feed them completely raw. And then you won't have to do all this, you just throw them chicken. So we're gonna dump this in, we have a high boil going. And again, another reason we don't want to cook all the way through, we need it a little bit raw to build up the bacteria. And then with the chicken legs, it's one of the huge questions I get, is don't chicken legs splinter? And the answer is, if they're fully cooked, yes they do, because they become brittle. Now they're still like cartilage. You would want to keep the cartilage, so you want to keep the middle pink and the bone pink and raw basically, and just kind of pre-cook the outside, so they're just getting a little bit of the raw and bacteria, and that way they're able to build up a resistance. This way we're not getting massive nasty diarrhea. So then I use the garlic and I put it in there. If you're doing one puppy, this is probably close to 3 days worth of food, maybe 4 if you're doing it twice a day. I do recommend when you're transitioning, if it's a puppy, that you leave dry kibble out, because you're going to be weaning them off kibble and then putting them on raw. Sometimes it's best. See in other videos that I make that I add the shell, it's up to you. I do for the patties, because by then they're eating straight raw, and then it's kind of like a source of fiber. It breaks down, helps move everything through their intestines. So make sure everything's on high, and this is going to be a half cup, or you could not do it at all. Just again for flavor and to get the puppies to eat it. And then I also add rice, and the reason it's bland when it first transitions over is just to kind of keep the tummy settled. So I do about 4 scoops of rice. You can do brown rice, I recommend. This happens to be white rice, and this is what I have on. But brown's probably is what's best. Just kind of mix it, and then it's a 20-minute boil on high. after that, you can subdivide it into baggies, like Ziploc baggies, freeze it all, and then you can defrost it in the fridge or in the sink with water, or leave it out for like 45 minutes and feed it. So you can do 2 bags a day. You know, you want to take it out 45 minutes ahead of time, or if you have water, 20 minutes ahead of time. And again, while you're transitioning, you do want to leave kibble out for puppies anyway, because they're still growing and need the nutrients. For adult dogs, if they don't like the raw, I don't know about leaving the kibble out, because if they have a choice, they may not take that. And honestly, raw is super good for them, and natural as possible, just like humans. Dogs are being fed naturally. They seem to perform better and look better and feel better, and I get a lot less illness. Then when I start transitioning them over from 4.5 to 8 weeks, and this is 8 weeks to about 9 weeks, and then they go on raw and kibble. But if you have any questions, you can get me on Instagram. It's confidential_kennels. We have YouTube, it's confidential kennels, and then confidentialkennels@gmail.com for my email. And I will try to answer your guys' questions the best I can. And we appreciate you guys watching.